Are you looking for the best smartwatch for women? In this video, we will look at some of the 4 best smartwatch on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. FitBit versus Smartwatch. FitBit has always focused on producing fitness-specific wearables, but the FitBit Versa goes further than that. This product is the most like premium smartwatches that Fitbit offers. It gives you stellar battery life and a comprehensive set of fitness features. Battery life 10/10 the Versa's battery life is one of its best features, coming in at an estimated 3 to 4 days. This is impressive, especially when you consider that the battery is only a 145 mAh battery, which is quite a bit smaller than most of the batteries on the market. However, since this watch doesn't give you as robust features as other watches, the battery drains much slower. OS compatibility 10 out of 10. Fitbit works best with Android devices, even though it says that it's compatible with both Android and iOS devices. Much like other smartwatches that aren't the Apple Watch, the Versa struggles to provide full support to iPhones. This is due in part to Apple's closed ecosystem, but it can still be frustrating for anyone who has an iPhone but doesn't want an Apple Watch. Water resistance 10 out of 10. The Versa is rated to handle submersion in water up to 50 meters total, which is on par with the high-end watches on our list. This is especially important since the Fitbit focuses so much on fitness. You can easily use this watch during your swimming routine without problem. GPS 8 out of 10. Unfortunately, the Fitbit Versa doesn't feature onboard GPS tracking capabilities. However, as long as you're tethered to your phone, you'll still be able to track your workout routes and location. Number 2. Samsung Gear Sport Smartwatch. The Samsung Gear Sport is the perfect smartwatch for women who need something more functional for exercising and tracking workout goals. This watch is slim and sleek, with a more subtle design quality than other Samsung watches. If you're looking for something lightweight and comfy for your workouts, this is a really good option. Battery life 9 out of 10. The Gear Sport features a 300 mAh battery that's rated to last around 2 days total. Real-world tests put the actual battery life pretty close to that, around a day and a half. Of course, like with other smartwatches, the things you do with your device can have a profound effect on the battery. Things like GPS and playing music will drain your battery much faster. The watch comes with a dock charging station that's relatively easy to use. Simply rest the watch on the dock and it will start to charge. When your watch is at 0% battery, you can expect to wait around an hour and a half before you get back to 100%. OS compatibility 10 out of 10. Both Android and iOS devices are compatible with the Samsung Gear Sport, but it works best with Samsung phones. Android phones work really well with the watch, but iPhones can't take advantage of the full capabilities of the watch. If you're on an iPhone, just keep in mind that you won't be able to respond to any notifications and you'll be much more limited with the Gear Sport. Water resistance 10 out of 10. As you might expect, the Samsung Gear Sport offers full water resistance submerged up to 50 meters in depth. The watch's dynamic workout mode will recognize when you start swimming and start tracking your progress. You can also manually start this program. One of the unique features of this watch is the fact that you can even use it in salt water, which is pretty rare to find on a smartwatch for women. GPS 9/10. You get full GPS tracking functionality with this watch, but it's definitely more geared toward exercise tracking. You can pair the GPS functionality with any of the fitness apps from the Galaxy App Store to track your runs, bike rides, or other workouts. Compare this model to the best Android smartwatch and see which works best for you. Number 3. Michael Kors Access Runway Smartwatch. The Michael Kors Access Runway Smartwatch is a designer's watch with a standout design and easy-to-use watch interface. With interchangeable bands, you can easily style this watch to match your outfit. If you're looking for something streamlined and elegant, this is the smartwatch for you. Battery life 9/10. The Access Runway Smartwatch features a 300 mAh battery, which is rated to give you a full day's worth of battery life. However, this battery life is very easily affected by GPS, notifications, and the heart rate sensor. We found that the battery lasted around 12 hours when we used it on a regular basis. This is still rather impressive for a watch with a bunch of high-end features. Charging the battery to 100% usually takes around an hour, or a little over, which is really helpful when you need to charge it in a pinch. OS compatibility 10 out of 10. This smartwatch for women features the Wear operating system, which works best for Android phones. While the watch can still connect to iPhones, you won't really be able to do much with it. You'll need to keep the Wear OS app always running on your iPhone, and you won't be able to interact with any of your notifications or text messages from the watch. Water resistance 10 out of 10. You might think that such a good-looking watch wouldn't be able to handle any exposure to water. Fortunately, the Access Runway can be fully submerged for distances up to 50 meters. That means you can still take this smartwatch swimming without fear of ruining it. GPS 10 out of 10. The Michael Kors Access Runway features built-in GPS tracking functionality that you can turn on or off as you please. This is helpful for a variety of different situations, including nights out with your friends, adventures outdoors, or road trips. We did experience greater battery drain with GPS turned on, so be sure to watch your charge when you're using it. It is a great alternative to the best Apple watches. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy Watch. The Samsung Galaxy Watch is the successor to the Samsung Gear watch line, and it improves on a lot of what was lacking with the Gear series. It's Samsung's best smartwatch to date, and it's easy to see why with its premium features, even in light of some of its flaws. Battery life 9.5 out of 10. One of the best aspects of this smartwatch for women is its impressive battery life. Samsung rates the battery life at 3 to 4 days, which is much better than most smartwatches currently on the market and better than Samsung's Galaxy Watch Active. Keep in mind that this battery life can vary in a practical sense, depending entirely on the specific way you use your watch. If you're constantly using GPS, the highest brightness on your display, and all the apps, you likely won't get a full 4 days of battery life. Unfortunately, Samsung uses a proprietary charger for this watch, meaning you can't purchase your own or use your friend's charging stations. OS compatibility 10 out of 10. You can use the Galaxy Watch with both Android and Apple phones. If you're on an Android device, you need to be running Android 5.0 or greater. If you're using an iPhone, you'll need to be running iOS 10 or later. If you're an iPhone user, you might want to consider a different watch. The Samsung Galaxy Watch partially supports iOS devices, but you'll notice that there are many issues with the compatibility. You can get your notifications, track your sleep, and monitor your heart rate all without issue. But if you want to use anything else, you'll probably end up frustrated. Water resistance 10 out of 10. The Samsung Galaxy Watch is completely water resistant with a 5 ATM rating. This means you can completely submerge the watch up to 15 meters of water. This makes it a great choice for swimming and tracking your aquatic exercises. This level of waterproofing used to only be available on Samsung's Gear Sport smartwatches. GPS 9 out of 10. If you're concerned about tracking your movements without needing to carry your phone around on your person, the Samsung Galaxy Watch can help. It features untethered GPS functionality, meaning you don't have to connect the watch to your phone for tracking. This feature is great for adventurers who likely won't get cell phone service in remote areas but still need a way to prevent themselves from getting lost. Needless to say, it is even more important to track your kids with the best smartwatch for kids, so that you know where they are at all times.